Take It Up with Jessica Lee. I'm here with Ajit Ghuman, who is the head of product marketing at Navar. Welcome to the show, Ajit.
Yeah, hi Jessica. Thanks so much for having me.
I'm delighted to talk with you because you guys are not a very big company, 200 plus employees, but you work with very, very large brand names like Home Depot and Nordstrom to help them deliver a superior customer experience post-sales. Tell us, what are some of the trends that you're seeing now?
Right. So we basically started, with this whole growth of as retail was moving more into online and e-commerce, we basically identified that there was a gap in the brand experience for after you bought something, then until when you got an item delivered to your home, or maybe even when you wanted to return it, you didn't have an engagement with the brand. You would have to go to their website, figure out what is the return policy, download a PDF, or you would talk to UPS and like, where is my item? I can't find it. Or maybe you would call the customer care center for the brand. So there was this journey that when you had physical retail stores, you knew, that that's where the brand is. I'm going to buy something and bring it home. So all of your brand experience was owned by that retailer. And with this online journey, it was kind of fragmented. So we created a platform that helps brand extend into the post-purchase journey. And that's the keyword we coined, and help these brands support their consumers more personally.
I think that post purchase experience, that the fulfillment phase is very, very critical, because I personally know that I shop online a lot, and when the fulfillment part is just falling below expectation, it puts that whole brand experience in a negative light. Even if that brand is not directly delivering that service, that brand may be contracting some part of that to a third party to fulfill.
Yeah.
But it does come back to the ultimate brand of who's in front of me that's supposed to be held accountable for that full journey experience.
Right, totally. And the results just speak for themselves. And there's been a lot of research on NPS scores, as you may have heard. And the promoters of a brand tend to keep coming back and buy again. But if you've had an experience like, if the fulfillment didn't go well and you're a detractor, then you're probably not going to buy again, even though it's not the retailer's fault directly, right? So that's more of a need to own the entire end-to-end customer experience.
So tell us about some of the innovations. How are you making it a lot more innovative and more convenient, leveraging data to make it a lot more competitively superior to other shopping online experiences?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there is the part of how we began, right? And it was mostly a white space. Nobody else was really solving this problem of how do you create this customer journey that extends after the purchase. So we started this concept of tracking pages. So when you buy something, most likely you'll get an email or an SMS saying, hey, you can track your order there. So that tracking page has now become the de facto industry standard. Other companies are also trying to offer similar solutions. Where we are going, though, is more of a full-fledged customer engagement platform. So if you see customer engagement platform, if you just Google this, right, you'll find companies who focus just on the marketing journey, the promotional aspect. But if you account for what we just discussed, like this end-to-end experience and virtuous cycle, you need a platform that helps you do the same thing that you were doing here on the marketing side, but after you buy. So we've extended this. We are extending this to be more personalized, so you can have like these dynamic journeys based on if you are a premium customer, you buy a lot, right? And maybe we know that you buy a lot of cosmetics, for example, then your experience will be tailored to those kind of products, right? You will still get support. You will still figure out where your item is, but we'll help the brand even start recommending the type of items that you like. So that's one type of one aspect that we're doing, which involves some of the things that we're doing in marketing platforms before to now in the customer experience itself. Same thing with messaging. Brands can now build complete customer journeys on our platform. And we integrate with 600 plus carriers in the world. So it's very hard for brands to then create this journey, because they need to have this carrier information, your shipping data, they need to have account information. So we've built this platform that easily integrates with any, agnostically to internal systems as well as to carriers. And then we create this kind of journey builder approach that lets you both create happy customers and then, even then monetize that based on, campaigns and other assets that you provide.
Ajit, during this difficult time, I'm assuming that you're seeing some trends that could stay permanently in the behavior of how we could buy goods, our expectations. So, I know that probably home goods is something on the rise, but luxury goods are not on the rise anymore. Tell us what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, so it was very interesting. Uh, One of my colleagues was quoting what our customers have created this hashtag it takes a pandemic. So everything that they've been planning for the last few years, right, with the evolution of omni-channel, store footprint was reducing anyway. People were adopting more online buying channels, even newer channels like Instagram or Snapchat. All of that is accelerating. Pickup, delivery services weren't that profitable before, but now they are, because the economics of buying has changed a lot. So what we are observing is, one is consumer behavior, and what are consumers doing. So basically, in terms of apparel purchase, because consumers aren't really going and buying the same type of apparel anymore. They're not going to offices, so a wide selection of things that they do in their life is not happening. On the other hand, there's more of a need for home goods. They're spending more time indoors. There is more of a need for sporting goods. So home improvement, electronics, sporting goods, all of this has increased, and all of the purchasing has moved online. So with that, a lot of brands are now coming up with more virtual shopping experiences. Some people are experimenting with, hey, how can we use Snapchat to create a virtual shopping experience? Another brand is trying Instagram. So I expect, and we are seeing, we expect this trend to continue. And even on the return side, while some people have locations, with Narvar, they're partnering with our extensive network of 75,000 locations so that they can offer a convenient location near your house where you can just go and easily return something in kind of a contactless way. Same thing for pickup. The same locations can be used for pickup. You can buy something and then go pick up if you buy something. So the nature of the retail store, for example, has really changed, right? And so everybody's trying to bring the buying experience to your doorstep.
Yes, I mean, I know we all shop online, but there's still a craving to be walking down the aisles of stores and browsing and selecting things. I mean, I think the demand is there. When stores are open, we'll see a huge influx of shoppers going inside the stores. One of the things I wanted to bring up is I was really impressed to hear how much you support the shoppers. I think you mentioned like 70% of Americans are going online shopping somehow supported by your system.
Right. So Narvar supports 650 plus of the topmost retail and even outside retail, like basically e-commerce brands. That includes Colhan, Patagonia, Neiman Marcus, Sephora, and many others like that. And for every order they place, they may get multiple messages on SMS or email or tracking pages. So when we did an analysis, like, hey, how do we figure out how many consumers touched us? We ended up like, 70% of Americans actually interacted with one of those messages when they bought something. And that's a function of the brands that we support and their scale.
Wow, that is impressive. And I believe you because I shop a lot at home. So you might have been sending messages to me and I did not know that.
Yes. In fact, actually, last year when I took this job, my uncle sent me an SMS. He's like, I never noticed, but this is your company. This is the company that you're joining. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Oh, great. Thanks so much, Ajit, for being on the show to talk to us about the whole e-commerce and what's happening out there. So appreciate you sharing the behind the scene, fulfillment aspect of online shopping.
Yeah, nice to be here.
There you have it. Take it up with Jessica Lee, Ajit Ghuman from Navarre.